Unit 3. Real Estate Market Economics. An extensive study on the real estate market was conducted by the Institute of Economics, Zagreb and the Ministry of Construction and Physical Planning, and it was published in August 2018. This study shows in detail the trends of the real estate market in the Republic of Croatia in the period from 2012 to 2017. To illustrate the real estate market economics in the Republic of Croatia, the data cited in this section have been taken from the above-mentioned study. The study defines the real estate market, in accordance with the Act on Ownership and Other Real Rights, as a set of transactions resulting in either a change in ownership of the real estate or in a change in the use of real estate rights. Since the land area of the Republic of Croatia amounts to 56.594 billion square meters, it can be concluded that this land surface, with or without the buildings permanently connected to it, is the subject of potential real estate transactions in the market. Out of the total land area, 24.927 billion square meters refers to forest land, while for the agricultural production is used about 15.460 billion square meters of land. The Census 2011 data indicate that a total of 2,246,910 residential buildings have been built on the land surface of the Republic of Croatia, out of which 1,912,901 are suitable for permanent living. The above-mentioned land area together with the buildings permanently connected to it represents the total real estate offer in the Republic of Croatia. In the real estate market between 2012 and 2017, 536,811 transactions were realized, Figure 1 and Table 1. The largest number of transactions relates to agricultural land transactions, which means 220,459 transactions in the said period. Apart from the agricultural land, there were 103,193 transactions related to residential apartments for rent and the construction land with 74,378 transactions. The dominant real estate transactions in the market are purchasing and selling, which total to 528,123 in the period from 2012 to 2017, which means 98.4% of all real estate transactions in the Republic of Croatia. The second most common form of transaction on this market is the lease with 5,313 transactions, rent with 2,886 transactions and the easement involving 298 transactions. According to the type of transactions, we can conclude that every year there are approximately between 80 and 100,000 of sales and purchase transactions, and that these transactions recorded a growth of 13.1% from 2012 to 2017. Lease and rent also significantly increased the number of transactions, so these two contract categories in 2017 reached 1,580 and 904 transactions. However, it should be noted that this growth may come from more regular reporting of such types of contracts to the tax administration, and that the actual number of lease and rent transactions is likely to be even higher. In the 5th percentile, residential apartments for rent were the cheapest in Karlovac County, where the price of such apartments was 1.131 kunas per m2. In the 5th percentile, apartments were the most expensive in Primorje-Goranski Kotar and Istarska County, where the price per square meter was over 4.000 kunas. On the other end, in the 95th percentile, the cheapest apartments were in Vukovar-Srijem County, where M2 cost HRK 6,639, and the most expensive were in Dubrovnik-Neretva at a price of HRK 28.051 per M2. The difference in price per M2 between the 5% of the cheapest and 5% of the most expensive apartments was the largest in Dubrovnik-Neretva and the smallest in Vukovar-Srijem County. In the period from 2012 to 2017, a total of 74,077 sale and purchase transactions of construction land were realized. Figure 3 shows that the largest number of transactions was realized in 2017, 13,505 transactions, which is 18.2% of all transactions in the observed 6-year period. In 2017, the number of transactions grew by 7.5% compared to 2012, and the growth of 3.7% compared to the previous year was recorded. The number of transactions fell only in 2013 and 2015 and reached its lowest level in 2015 when it amounted to 10,945 transactions, which is a decrease of -12.9% compared to the initial period of 2012. In 2017, the highest total value of transactions was achieved and it amounted to HRK 3.2 billion. As compared to the initial year of 2012, it is an increase of 25.4%. In the period from 2012 to 2017, a total of 7.877 sale and purchase transactions of commercial real estate were made. Figure 5.1 shows that the largest number of transactions realized in 2016 was 1,548 transactions, which means 19.7% of all transactions in the observed 6-year period. Compared to the initial period, 2012, in 2016, 25.5% more transactions were realized, while in 2017 this figure was slightly lower, 18.0%, as there was a somewhat smaller number of transactions in comparison to 2016, 1,410 transactions. The total value of transactions in 2012 was HRK 2.1 billion, and for the next 3 years, the total value was below HRK 2 billion. In 2016 the value increased significantly to HRK 2.6 billion, which represents an increase of 27.0% compared to 2012. In 2017, the total value of transactions fell again below 2 billion, to HRK 1.7 billion, which represents a decrease of -15.9% compared to 2012. Given that the reduction in total value in 2017 is greater than the decrease in the number of transactions compared to 2016, we can conclude that in 2017, the real estate price affected the decrease more than the number of transactions. Table 7 shows the distribution of commercial real estate prices per M2 by counties. The Sisak-Slavina County, which has the lowest median price per M2 of a commercial real estate, also has the most concentrated distribution, meaning that the range of realized prices is narrow. On the other end, there are Dubrovnik, Neretva and Split-Dalmatia counties with extremely dispersed distribution, ranging from 0 to almost 50,000 kunas per M2. The city of Zagreb and the 6 Adriatic counties have the middle of the distribution shifted more right as well as longer right ends compared to the remaining 14 counties. According to the new real estate transfer tax law, which has been in effect since the 1st of January, 2017, the tax on real estate transactions is 4%. It has been announced that the rate in 2019 will be 3%. When buying or selling a real estate, tax obligations are reported by public notaries, as well as by courts and other public bodies, whereby the property tax is deemed to have been registered when the acquisition documents are notarized by a notary public or are issued by a court or by another public body which submits them to the tax administration. However, exceptionally, the tax report remains the obligation of the acquirer of the real estate if the document on the acquisition of the real estate is not notarized by a notary public or is not issued by a court or by another public body. Also, this obligation exists for the real estate suppliers which are subject to the value-added tax as well as for the transfer of the tax liability. The implemented tax reform, in effect in 2018, has been designed to promote economic progress, and companies are allowed the tax exemption when the owner or a member of the company brings the real estate into the company, irrespective of whether the property will be registered in the share capital or in the capital reserves of the company.